Well, here's the problem. That's the wrong side of the fence. I got 3 bulls out right now, mainly because of this guy right here. That is Eleanor's bull, in case you guys didn't know. He's a lot like her. He is very curious, very interested in everything. Feed works wonders, I'll tell you that. What's up, big man? What do you think about this right here? Oh, he says. This was not supposed to happen. Big Joe got through the gate. Back in there. Hey guys, Dusty Baker, Cross Owners Bison. Welcome back to the channel. First thing I want to do today is thank my sponsor, Bespoke. I'm gonna tell you later about this awesome company. My face is, it looks swollen. You gotta love the dentist, right? I just got back from the dentist, now it's time to go to work. If I talk funny and it doesn't come out right or I look funny, everything's good. We're all healthy and fine. So, Dunbar, dadgummit, you got cockaburs in your hair. Look at that crap. I hate these things so bad. Hey guys, I got some fun stuff though today. My goal is to get Kitt right here. She's our feisty cow. I'm gonna attempt to get Kitt out of here. I'm gonna put her with the big herd. Yes, I'm gonna put Kitt with the big herd back with Big Joe and the rest of them. And then there is a heifer, which she's right here. This is the biggest yearling heifer we have. Kevin has been seeing some signs from her to possibly being in heat. So she is a little bit small and she could possibly breed. So what I'm gonna do is actually put her with Dunbar and we'll see how that goes and see if he'll breed her. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not sure what'll happen, but she's a big enough heifer that could possibly breed. She's pretty too. So this heifer is from Peter Coles, which is in Missouri. We just can't put her in there with Kitt because Kitt, Kevin's already tried this. He's actually already done this. He put this heifer out here with Dunbar, Kitt, and Flo, and Kitt just whooped the crap out of her. So I've got her I've already got her sorted away from these heifers, which is where she's been. We're gonna attempt this. That's who we gotta get. Gotta get you out of there, Kitt. They walk on this rock all funny. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the big guy in here since moseyed in there. See, Kitt, she's smart. She knows something's going on here. Perfect. Okay. This is what we wanted. We're gonna keep you here for the moment. Let your big butt back out with this calf. All right, we gotta open this back up. So we've got a calf in here. This flows. Come on. Okay, calf is back with Flo. Got Kitt and her baby over there. Let's get the big guy back out here. Come on, Hoss. Come on. Go. Go. Atta boy. Got a new female for you. Alright, so Kitt's down there in the lane. We're gonna open this up for this heifer. And she's going with Dunbar. Come on, young lady. Dunbar, got a new lady for you. There she goes. There he is, always on the prowl. She's an older yearling heifer, so it's possible for her to breed. She's coming in heat, so that's why we put her in here with Dunbar, just to see if maybe could get pregnant. It's possible. Y'all can come back out. It's okay. There's the new matchup right there. He's already on protection. Attaboy. We're gonna go ahead and take that chance. I know it's late. Like I said in one of my previous videos, we're getting down to the end of breeding season, but we've got a yearling heifer here that could get pregnant. So we're gonna go ahead and take the chance. Of course, you know what my motto is, let's grow the herd. But now we gotta get old feisty Kitt out of here. Woo! I'm gonna go ahead and open up this gate. She's gotta come in here, and then I gotta get her out. I've got a corner gate right there. I've got a corner gate right there, and see, there's the big herd. We want her to go down there with Big Joe, so Big Joe and Kitt can reunite again. Calf and Kitt. Finally. Okay, so the difficult part is Kitt's out here with her calf. Gotta open this corner gate, try to get her in here. You gotta really be careful around her. She's my feistiest one. But there's the big herd down there. Big Joe just got up. This is not the cow that you try to push. Had to get down here to try to draw the big herd's attention, so maybe Kitt will come this way. This was not supposed to happen. Big Joe got through the gate before I could do anything. And Dunbar's right there. You really screwed all this up, you know it? You guys remember that time I told you it was easy to move bison? You know, those 1 or 2 times? It was just really easy and it worked out for me. Well, that's not one of these moments. It has not been easy for me. Big Joe got through the gate. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Him and Dunbar touched nose to nose. Problem. But luckily they didn't get rowdy, and he was chasing Kitt. I couldn't get Kitt to go through the gate. She is tough. She is a tough bison. So luckily I got Big Joe distracted and I got them separated in this paddock. Got a paddock empty and Kitt still up here hanging out near Dunbar. So I'm just gonna leave a gate open because me forcing her and running her is not working. So thank you guys for watching. Cross Timbers Bison gets a little wild and crazy sometimes and things don't always work out, but trying to move a Kitt out and get a new heifer in because I think she can breed. So all kinds of shenanigans. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go let my jaw heal. Hey guys, Dusty Baker, Cross Timbers Bison. Welcome back to the channel. Checking on one of our favorites here, Eleanor. Here come the rest of them. They know when they see the green machine, they're like, hey. Plus, they know that I feed her more, so they're all like, what the heck? Come on now. Eleanor getting a special treatment, but the rest of them are figuring it out. That's funny. Got some fun stuff for you today. It's good to be back here, hanging out with the herd. Hey, Eleanor. What are you doing? Because I don't have a farm truck, this is how we give them cubes. Just pour it out on the ground. It's much safer. realistically, that's not the easiest way to do it. Promise. If I had a feed truck, like I said, you just open that cake bin and let her rip, and you just push a button inside the vehicle. Working on trying to get a truck. It's kind of difficult to get farm trucks today. You can use the ATV for that. It's kind of hard to do and hold the camera at the same time, but when they're kind of hungry, you got to watch out and be careful. That's a good way to do it. You can spread them out, and that's why you get the big cubes. You don't get the smaller cubes, you get the big cubes, and you have a less chance of them not finding it the bigger they are. So that's why we get those 3/4 size cubes. You guys always ask me, what are these treats? What's the cake that you use? It's a 14% cattle cube, and I get it here locally. But it spreads it out. It gives them a little bit of something when they're not grazing, and we're putting out hay because of the drought. So, and also they get used to this, and when you want to move them, right, they get used to feed, which has helped me a bunch. And Kevin is these guys having access to these cubes, and they get used to it, and then you can actually move them with it. So a lot of farmers do this, and it's a great technique. So well, I had to get some more cubes. We're out of cubes, and we're having to feed this actually to the big herd a little bit more than we want. Just to replenish these guys, we're giving them about a half a sack a day of this. You've got 9 adults and some calves, and those mamas are still nursing those calves, a lot of them. So, and there's just not a lot of grass. We've already had to put out hay, like I said. Just not great, but these are the circumstances. So we're giving them some cubes just to make sure they're being healthy as they can. Hey, buddy. Something else I wanted to do was show you guys the security camera I put up a couple weeks ago before I went to South Dakota. I got it up and got it running. Let's check it out real quick. So here's the Rio Link. There's your solar panel for power. Here's our camera. It's pretty sweet. And just got it strapped to it back here. What I love about this Rio Link is it is powered here, obviously in kind of a remote area out here. The cool thing about it is I can control it all from my phone. For me, I can just check the bison whenever. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna come in handy during calving season next spring. If I wanna see kind of where the mamas are and how close they are, and when you start to expect calves, we can check on them that way. Oh, and you can see a red dog out there. So that'll really come in handy. If you're close to a highway or whatnot, you can check on them there. And water systems. It's great for water systems in remote areas where you don't have power, and you don't have to have Wi-Fi for these too. And you have to have that SIM card to get it live, and you can start a data system. And also you can put your micro SD card in this too. So if you're not wanting to see it live, it's almost like a deer camera. You can get that chip and you can check it. I had to get up here away. Got Quapaw and Big Joe coming to check things out. They like to get under the barn in the middle of the day. It's a nice cover for them. So you guys can get your 5% discount. You guys can check it out. Use the promo code CTB for your first order of Rio Link. Well, here's the problem. I got 3 bulls out right now. Well, here's the problem. That's the wrong side of the fence. I got 3 bulls out right now, but I just got the feeder in. A couple of them snuck out. Buddy. Come on. They want to get to that because they know what's in there. So I'm gonna sneak out of here, open up this gate. Lumpy, you stay in here. I already got one on there, so we gotta get these guys back in here. So I'll open this gate just in case they would go in there on their way back. We'll see if they'll go in there. There we go, got them both back in. All right, so I got them in our main corral. I caught them right here on the way back to this pen. The gate's over there. See, I had Lumpy and another one staying there, and I had one just go through the gate, but these two were wanting to go see Dunbar and whatnot. So I got them in here. Now there's their exit right over here. Feed works wonders, I'll tell you that. It really does. Well, when they're hungry. Let's go, bully. They're out where they're supposed to be. There you go. All right, guys. It's enough horsing around this morning. Well, I'll tell you what, that was not a fun way to start the day when you get back from doing that. So, yeah, it was mainly because of this guy right here. That is Eleanor's bull, in case you guys didn't know. He's a lot like her. He is very curious, very interested in everything. Well, he snuck through the gate, and I thought, okay, well, if I just pull that feeder through, he'll follow me through, and the rest will come through. Him and 2 others took their opportunity and scattered. So they were running around for a little bit, and I'm here by myself, but luckily I was able to get them back in. So thank gosh for that. But yes, this guy right here. Just a character. You guys are probably wondering, what is that rolled out over here? Well, that is some conveyor belting, some rubber conveyor belting. And Marissa and I are gonna, thank you, are going to soon put this on the inside of our corral. We took the netting down, that old black fence security netting down, and we're gonna put that rubber up. It'll be a little bit better for them whenever they are, if they're bumping off the pins and whatnot, because here pretty soon, we're gonna be working the bison in early November. So we got a lot of work to do around here, getting that ready. Some big things happening, let's just say. See, we're putting out hay because, oh man, it's been so dry here, but golly, we finally got some rain, guys. We finally got it, and it's awesome to have some rain. I'm not sure exactly how much we got here in this area. It's kind of spread out around this southern region of Oklahoma, but I want to say maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches total for a couple of days of rain. So, and now it's cooled down. So fall is here, it's beautiful. We're gonna go down in the pasture and check the big herd, Dunbar. Man, that rooster is getting after it. Dunbar, and check them, and then I'll get back with you guys here in just a little bit. Let's go. This guy, making some noise. I know you guys probably miss seeing my bison. I know you do. It's good to go to those other places. We had a great time in Custer, in South Dakota in general. What a beautiful place. That place is different. It's not like Colorado. You know, you've got the pine trees and the Black Hills. It's just a different, unique place. And so we just had a great time. We were super tired, and we had a long week, but we got to see a lot of cool things and hang out with some good people. And I know Marissa and Brooks and Austin were ready to be home and resting. So what a great time and what a great event. And lucky to go out and see Chad's herd and hang out, you know, kind of behind the scenes of working the bison too at the Custer State Park with their show herd. Those guys, by the way, I had a question from one of my videos, working them. They will work all of those bison and they'll sort them out. They'll get their vaccinations, tags, whatever they need. And then those animals, I don't know exactly how many, but they take, I want to say maybe 400 or so animals, and they'll put those animals in the sale, which is in November. And I think that sale is November 6th is when it is. Anyways, that's when they'll do that. That's why they work them. It's part of the population control. And so they've got a heck of a management system up there, and that's a lot of that because of Chad Kramer. He's got it going on up there, but they'll sort them, they work them, just kind of like what we do here, basically. A lot of it, a lot of the same stuff that they do, we do. They have a sweet facility, and they had the stands right there where all the people could watch and whatnot. So I'll catch you up on some news here later on, but we got some good stuff happening. We got a lot of work to do, like I said earlier, to get everything ready for the working. And this will be the biggest herd that we've worked here at the Cross Timbers Ranch. 27 total will be worked. So that'll be fun. That'll be really fun. Anyways, I want to show you, we stopped at Dakota Pure Bison. Scott, Osmond are some guys that I just kind of met through the bison world, actually through Redmond Minerals. Scott and Dakota Pure Bison is just outside of Mission, South Dakota, and it's the Rosebud Reservation, and they've got a lot of bison. When I say a lot of bison, like 900 plus. We went out there and looked around and saw some beautiful animals, and those guys are very selective of their breeding stock and breeding bulls and whatnot. So it's about 2.5 hours southeast of Rapid City, and so we stopped by there, and I want to share kind of a little bit there. We were there just for a couple hours hanging out and whatnot, but they've got it going on up there, and they do a great job and raise some really good animals. And so they've got meat sticks, they've got an online meat store going, they've got a lot of stuff happening. So maybe we can do some stuff with those guys in the future. It'd be awesome. But that was bison country for sure. It was just beautiful, and the land is way different than it is here, but it's definitely bison country. Anyways, I want to show that to you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed Dakota Pure Bison visit. We'll keep up with those guys more often in the future. Those guys, we stay tight with them. So thank you guys. Hey guys, Dusty Baker of Cross Timbers Bison. Welcome back to the channel. Want to thank my sponsor today, Simply Safe. I got some new cubes. You've probably been seeing me feed a lot of cubes lately to our bison. Well, that's because we are in a drought and I've got to supplement them somehow. Yes, we're giving them hay, but also I want to give them just a little bit of extra roughage. Well, got some new cubes from a recommendation from a follower, and I think I'm going to take it on. A little windy, see the clouds. You know what that means? We got some rain coming, which is exciting for the next 3 days. We've got some rain and hopefully get some of that moisture because we direly need it here, bad, here at the Cross Timbers place. Something else I'm gonna do today is I've got some catching up to do on some welding. Gonna do some restructuring of our handling system here. We made some changes to our handling facility. In about 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to be working our bison. So I've got to do some last minute welds. I'm going to put up some new gates, going to cut down a new gate, going to put up some sheet metal. I got a lot of work to do right over here in this handling facility to get it ready for our 2021 fall vaccinations. Got some exciting stuff happening. Some bison may be leaving the property whenever we work the bison. We'll keep you updated on that. Let's go down in the pasture. We're actually going to go check the big herd and see if they like the new cubes. Let's hop in the ATV. Coming? Let's go. Up some. Well, some of them are eating it. Big Joe. Sure. They're very happy with me right We're like, where's our normal cubes? Maya, what do you think? I don't like being in here. Look, that's what that looks like to me, doesn't it? Well, some of them are eating it. Pretty good. What I like about the alfalfa cube, these bison have never had alfalfa cubes before, but what I like about this cube is this is great roughage for the bison. It's 15% protein, about 33% fiber, so I'm getting a little bit more fiber. Normally I have 14% protein. This is a 14% cattle cube. You have seen me down here a lot more, just because we're having to supplement feed these guys because there's not much grass at all because of the drought that we're in. Looks like we're gonna get some rain here, hopefully. Looky here, there's the Princess Eleanor cubes. Big Joe is not about it right now. He's probably a little upset at me. Well, he ate it. He ate it that time. Let's see if Eleanor likes them. Eleanor, come here. Here. Is that a no? Okay. Come on. Peaches? Just trying to figure it out. Feisty Kitt. Well, don't come at me. I'll throw it at you. Gripey. Well, she ate it. It's been a while since I put out some. Let's do that real quick. Give me some fresh mineral in here. Put some tin fine in there, no garlic. I want to try something different from a recommendation from a follower. You know, I think probably what happened is they saw me up at Chad Kramer's place and he had a bulk order of alfalfa cubes and his loved them. And I know a lot of guys feed alfalfa hay. We don't. I may do that in the future actually. It's got a lot more protein in it. It's great roughage. It's a little bit more expensive, obviously, than prairie or grass hay. So we may have to get into the alfalfa later on in the future, but I gotta go up to the barn and get some welding work done. I got the welder I borrowed from my brother-in-law, Daniel. Before we get the bison worked, make a couple of last adjustments on it, put in some new gates and whatnot. So also, I gotta see if Dunbar will like these alfalfa cubes. We can't forget about Dunbar. So we're gonna stop and check Dunbar actually on the way back and see if he likes them. Who knows with that guy. I know you guys miss seeing Dunbar, but we won't forget about him. We tried Eleanor. She really didn't like him that much. So, what's up, big man? What do you think about this right here? Oh, interested? Maybe not. Let's try a little piece. Oh, he says. Well, that was a success. We ate that one. Here, keep trying it. See what you think. A little unsure. Here, I won't forget about you. Taking a little longer to eat these. You don't know what to think, do you? Getting big. Okay. Dunbar's taking it on. Attaboy. A little bit better than Big Joe at it. Well, there you go. Dunbar likes him a little bit better than Big Joe. Not a visitor here. I got a question for you guys. I've been wanting to ask you this, okay? Leave a comment below. Are you Team Dunbar? Are you Team Big Joe? Or are you Team Eleanor? I've been curious, guys. I've got something coming for you, and you're gonna be able to pick what team you're on. I know you're a big fan of Cross Timbers, the entire herd, and all of them. But I know some of you love Eleanor. I know some of you love Dunbar, my guy who's been with me the whole time, and Eleanor's been with me the whole time. Or do you love the big, majestic Big Joe? Team Joe, Team Dunbar, or are you Team Eleanor? Leave a comment below. You know I love them all, so I can't just pick one. You know, Eleanor's the sweetest, but Dunbar he's my guy. He's been with me the whole time. He's been great. Big Joe, he's new to the place, but he's big, he's pretty, and he's a good bull, so you guys let me know what you think. Not quite sold yet. How are you, Dunbar? I got pulled the welder in here. I'm gonna get to working on this handling system. Let you guys know I safely got through the gate, and our boy here, Eleanor's bull, did not sneak through this time. What do you got on your side there? Yeah, look at that. What is that? Okay, up here in the area, took down all that black. My wife and I started putting the rubber up here, the rubber siding. This is a conveyor belting. We've got a video coming out about that here later on, but gonna finish conveyor belting this. I'm gonna put a new gate in right here to take this old panel down. We just had to rig this up so we could get easy access from our working area into this area, just in case we had to push the Bison. So in case you guys didn't know, this is what I call the corral area, main area. What we do is the Bison come through here, and then they go down the alley, sort of, right here. They'll go down this way, come around. We'll put them in these two holding slots. We weigh them right here, and then we actually work them right there. So you guys don't remember, this is the Big Joe gate that he demolished, and I just put this gate on and he tore it apart pretty quick. He was mad at us, but you know, we got him worked, and you probably can't see the actual damage, but it's bent pretty good right here in the middle. So unfortunately I've got to cut it off. I'm gonna cut it off right here and here, and yeah, that'll be fun getting that off. I'm gonna run over it with the tractor. You guys let me know what you think. It was Kevin's idea to run over this, try to flatten it out, see if it'll work. So we may try that. I don't know, but we're gonna take this old crappy gate off of here. It's no good anymore. Contemplating on taking it off last spring, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it off there now. So, and then also I've got to put on a new piece of sheet metal right here to finish this out, so this is solid, because there's a lot of banging around in here, and this is where it gets pretty tight. So we got to put another sheet of metal here. This is in the way. I gotta saw that sucker off, and then we'll put it right here. Lots of talking and not enough working. Let's get to work. About to come off. Well, that just kind of worked out perfectly. It just stopped right there and landed. So I was trying to clean up the cutoff some. Need to grind that off, but it came off pretty good. I saved some hinge off of it so we could possibly use this gate again somewhere, but I'll pull it out and then eventually we'll try to run over it with a tractor, and maybe the neighbor's tractor is the biggest tractor around here, and see if we can flatten it out and use it again. But one gate down, onto this one right here. Gate number 2 down. Thanks for the help, Maya. Did great. Yeah, this gate here was actually left over from the dairy barn from a long time ago, that before Mom and Kevin bought this, it was already here, which is a lot of all this is existing from an old dairy farm. Like I said, I took this up last year and raised it up higher on both sides here. I raised it up, but this is the original dairy barn. So that's an original dairy barn gate. No telling how old that is, and it's been up there that long. But it was time to go. Not good enough for Bison. Needs to be more like that. You guys probably wondering what the bucket was for. That's a nice prop right there. So we like to hang our gates 10 to 11 inches high. So obviously this is not straight, but it helps to have a bucket in the middle, so we can, when you're by yourself, you got to learn how to use props and to hold stuff up. So that's what I'm using the good old welding bucket for. It's got all the good essentials in there. So yeah, anyways, got to line my hinges up. I'm gonna cut a hole in there so that hinge can go in there and be good. So with these guys, if you haven't seen these type of hinges, here, I don't know, in the past couple of years I've noticed down here, they've been building them with a hinge already attached. So with this hinge, you can slap it up against this if you want, or you can cut a slot into your metal like this, and then you can slide your hinge into it. And so what I'll do is I'll go back through here and bead this up and weld this 4-inch pipe to that hinge. They even have grease inserts on them most of the time. These are nice gates. They're heavy duty. That's what I like about them, is they are heavy duty for Bison. And sometimes you just got to rig up whatever you can do to get your height and get your balance. We're pretty close right there. I'll take it. We'll get this little 6-footer hung up. That's how you do stuff when you're by yourself. I think she's pretty level, but oh, it's hitting that right now. I got to move that trough, but she's swinging. That's the way we want it. Needs a little grease on her. That's it. 6-foot gate is hung. Gotta stay. Pulling this old gate out. Got a lot done today. Tried some alfalfa cubes with the Bison for the first time. Got 2 gates cut off. Hung a 6-foot gate right down here. Got to finish putting up the rest of it. I'm going to show you how we do this with my wife and I for another video coming up here soon. Got another sheet of metal here to finish making this completely solid. So Gonna put one more gate here. Got a couple more things to do, but I'm gonna wrap that up for today. Thank you guys for watching us. Don't forget to answer the question, are you Team Big Joe, Team Dunbar, or Team Eleanor? Thank you guys for watching us. Still got a lot of work to do. We're getting closer to getting ready to work these bison for our fall handling. Thank you guys for watching us. You got it. Hey guys, Dusty Baker, Cross Timbers Bison. Welcome back. Me and the wife are tearing down this old black security netting. I think that's what it's called. It got off of Amazon, but it lasted about a year. I don't even know if you call it lasted. This, but it did a good job for us. But I've got some rubber now, rubber belting. It's, I don't know, maybe 3 feet wide, and I've seen a lot of places that I've traveled to and stuff that use it, and that's what I'm going to use is rubber belting from a conveyor belt, and we're going to line the inside of the working corral where it gets kind of gets tough, and where that we narrow them down. We're going to have to put up 2 sheets or 2 conveyor belts so we can get our depth that we want in here. And when the bison are in here, it helps keep everything within, and so that they're not trying to get out left and right. We want them to go forward and straight. And also when they bounce off the pins and whatnot, they'll be able to just bounce off the rubber instead of this stuff, or they'll be able to you know, bounce off it instead of the metal. So we're taking all of this down and going to replace it with the conveyor belting. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, it's actually. Alright, so we took off that private fence mesh. So this is the original part of the corral. I raised this up and welded it to make it a little bit higher. So we're going to come back with the rubber. We'll have to put 2 sheets of it because it's only like 3 feet wide. We'll have to do that conveyor belt here and that conveyor belt down below, so that they'll bounce off of it instead of this metal, and it keeps their vision straight and not left and right. I want them to run through it. And last year, the past 2 times we used it, I think it worked really well. They actually weren't in here very long because they eventually come into this area, come into here. Got some work to do. Got our work cut out for us. I'll have to go get more at some point. All right, Marissa and I got the first one on. We didn't want you guys to see us struggle that bad getting started. So, and now we'll show you, since we got it down, we're professionals at this now. But we pre-drilled our holes and put our zip ties on here. These are some heavy duty zip ties. I think if anything will go bad, obviously zip ties will not last forever. What we can do is come back through here with some baling wire or any type of wire like that. Barbed wire, you can pull barbed wire apart and use it too, because those wires are really thick. But we got the first layer on. The next one, we're gonna come right here and come down, and it's actually gonna flap over a little bit. So we got a ways to go. We got the first section done. I think this rubber, it's been coiled up in a roll whenever I got it from these guys, but I think it'll flap down once the heat gets to it and weather gets to it. It should flap down over time and lay up against it. If not, we can always drill some holes and squeeze it up a little bit tighter, but I think over time it should loosen up a little bit and come up against it. So okay, you got it. Keep going? Yeah, stretch it out. That's probably good. We can do the rest. That old silica sand. This came from a sand plant. That's the old silica. All right, we're back out here. It's been another day. We're putting up all this conveyor belt here in our, it's kind of a big alleyway. It's a little bigger than you really want, but like I said before in one of my last videos, this is part of the old dairy barn. This part here, I went and raised it up another foot, just for heights for a bison. But we got a lot going on today. Kevin's out here with us. Guys, if you guys don't know who Kevin is my stepdad, and he is the guy who actually lives on the property and spends a lot of time with my bison. And whenever Marissa and I aren't around, Kevin is helping out a ton. Him and my mom help out, but Kevin mostly does a lot of the bison work for me and keeps an eye on them. So lucky them, they actually live here and can see them. So Kevin's finishing up some welding on our tub, sort of smaller alley, whatever you want to call it. But Marissa and I just finished putting up some of our conveyor belt. It's about 3 feet or so, maybe a little bit short. It's a 3-ply. It's a little thicker than I wanted, but and the reason why is it's good. It's great, but it is heavy to work with. It is very heavy. And so this is the first part I had showed you before. We finished this. I think we're gonna net one of my new, what we're gonna do is net the new 6-foot fence I put up right here. And we are just a little bit short right here of some rubber. So we're a little bit short where it looks like we're about 12 feet short on our conveyor belt rubber right here. So gotta go get some more of that and cover up another corner. Bison love corners when you work them, so if you can avoid corners, that's why a lot of places have curves. And in the future, if I could start over again, we'd do more curves, which is what that is right there. That's this over here is part of our tub-ish area, and they come around here and it curves into our actually handle facility. But this stuff is awesome. Kind of want to tell you what we did and how we put it on.
What are you doing? What are you trying to do?
I was just flip it up.
Well, this is the way it has to go.
What's easier once if you stand it up. If you stand it up. There it goes.
We're going all the way to the top.
We're going all the way to the top.
Okay.
Come this way.
All right.
Too small for that pipe?
Hold on, we need to.
Okay, hold this right here.
I got it.
Where do you place that?
Hey, go your way, Dusty.
All right, we get it?
Yeah.
Let's go down a little bit.
There we go. Ties.
All right, you get that one, and I'll get on that side of the other strap.
So one of the things that we did is Marissa was going through and she would drill the holes about every 2 feet or so, and then she would go back, put the zip ties in, have them already ready, and then the toughest part was moving this stuff around and pulling it, stretching it, and then holding it up there as well. So Marissa would already go ahead and put the zip ties in there. Yes, the zip ties will probably have to be replaced at some point in the future, and you can get something a little stronger, but the zip ties do a good job. One of the other things that we did is we used self-tapping screws. They're about 1 inch long, and what we did was we went back where the top rubber conveyor belting didn't lay down flat against the bottom layer. Kevin and Marissa went through and screwed some of those self-tap screws back through that rubber, and so it would lay flat against it. Get out of here. You're always in the way. Well, that'll do it for today. We've got most of our conveyor belt hung. Like I said, just have a little bit left, but guys, we're getting closer and closer to working our bison. Like I said before, this is will be the biggest herd what we've had to work here at this farm. So we got 27 total. That'll take place in early November, and then we'll get some videos out for you guys. As always, you know, it gets exciting whenever we work bison, and it's always a show. But hopefully this work right here, this extra work we've been putting in with this rubber conveyor belt, Kevin and I did some welding on our tub or part of our alley system. We still have some work to do, but we've got this thing tough and durable now. Big Joe proof, hopefully. No issues whenever we work the bisons. So hopefully everything goes well. Just want to thank Kevin. It's nice to have my wife out here helping too as well. It's fun to have Marissa out here and work with her, and she likes to get outside. She works, her job is inside, so she doesn't have the luxury of being outside like I do all the time. So it's nice for her to come out here and help while my mom and my sister are watching baby Brooks. So but hope you guys learned a little bit of how we hang this up and why we do it. One of the reasons why we do it is because it's a blackout. Some people don't do this with their bison, but one is we like the blackout feature of not letting them see any light through here as they're getting worked. We want that sort of tunnel vision so that it can run through. We want them to force. It's always a continuous path is one of the reasons that we like this blackout. I had a security fence netting up, and it was great. You just have to take it down because the weather just destroys it. Another thing about it is in here, it can get kind of pushed, comes to shove in here. And so if the bison do get a little rambunctious and they do bounce off of each other and hit each other, and it gets kind of physical, they're going to hit this right here, and it's solid because there's pipe behind it. So that's another thing, and they'll bounce off this. They're not slamming directly into the bars or the steel. They're bouncing off that rubber, and they're not getting their horns caught, and they're not getting busted up. It keeps them a lot safer. even though we're working them and they're stressed out, it reduces the stress level too as well, which is something that we like. We try to reduce that stress level, and it just keeps them safe and it keeps us safe as well. Thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for following us along, and just stay with us here at Cross Timbers Bison, as we're always constantly trying to work and make things better, safer for us and safer for the bison, so we can work them successfully here at this farm twice a year. Thank you guys for watching us. All right, guys, we're back. Hey guys, Dusty Baker, Cross Timbers Bison. We are waiting on our tub. Our tub is coming in from northern Oklahoma, northeastern Oklahoma, for a matter of fact. We're having it delivered today. So I was just building this up because we've got quite a bit of a slope here. Let me show you guys what we're dealing with. We're gonna have a tub sit right here. It's a 10 by 10 left-hand swing tub. Gonna have an opening there and a loadout opening. And this is something that we needed to do. It's gonna be an official tub. But our ground is unlevel. We got this old concrete runway from the old dairy barn that existed here way back when. But we got to get us level because it's going to sit on square tubing is what the foundation is. It's going to be a lot like this when that tub gets here. So problem is in order to get this level, we're going to have to bust out this concrete. There was an already broken seam here, and I'm basically just using that busted seam and chipping away at it because we've got to have that tub sit right here, and then it's going to go back this way. So we got to get to work on this, and it is zero fun. Gosh dang, look at that piece. Yeah, there's rock underneath it.
Yeah, they put rock.
That's a rock. Jeez Louise. we got our tub. Some of y'all looking at it saying, Dusty, what in the world is going on here? Well, it is on its side. That's the way it had to be hauled. You saw, had the tractor put some pipe on it, lifts it up. The trailer just pulled out from underneath it, and then the John Deere set it down. But this is it. Got a cornerless tub, swinging gate basically, and we'll get this set up. What I like about it already is it is heavy duty, which is why I had it custom made, and he made it Bison proof. So Kevin and I are gonna get this thing rolled over, and we're gonna get hauled over to our area where we're gonna set it down for our handling system, get it in position. All right, so what's going on now is I'm pulling the tractor around, and we're gonna try to pick this tub up. We've got it in sort of position, but we got to pick this tub up and level it. It's on uneven ground. There's a slope here on this, so I've got to Kevin and I have got to level it. So I'm gonna pull through the alley into our big alley where Marissa and I and Kevin put up the sheets of rubber, and see if we can get this thing leveled. All right, so we're back for day 2. You can see right there, I got the car jack out trying to balance this thing. We're dealing with some bad slope. Got the welder out, brother-in-law's Arms Family Homestead. But I've got to get this thing level. There's a major slope from here down that direction from east to west. So I've had to weld on some extensions, as you can see down there. Weld some extensions on just to balance this thing, and then I'm gonna bring rock back in once it's level and get this thing packed in. So it's a gradual plane for the Bison, so they can come in the tub area and go right down there. Still got some work to do, but sometimes you gotta come up with some engineering. Sometimes you do what you gotta do to balance things. Kevin and I use rocks and an old cinder block to balance this out, just to keep it up, give us some anchor points. So I'm coming back through and welding these extensions on to level it out, and then we'll deal with our gradual plane down that way. Oh boy, we're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Hey guys, well that's it for what a long weekend of working, getting this tub set, and it's so nice to finally get it set. Got some rock hauled in here, and Kevin and I worked hard on getting this thing level because the ground does slope from east to west, and you know, you could spend a lot of money getting all this level and whatnot, but we had to do a little bit of makeshifting work, and we made it happen. I can't wait to use it. Doc told us last year, and you can hear him say it in one of my videos when we worked the Bison. We got Big Joe in, we went back and reviewed and talked about some adjustments and things that we needed to do for this property, or for this handling system, and he said you need to put a tub here. And so got a tub made just to fit it, and I mean just to fit it. So I mean, it was close, we barely got it in there, but we leveled it out, got some rock in here, and the Bison will eventually stomp it down some. We'll have to refill it, and that's okay. We have a couple little things left to do. Maybe put on a new gate and whatnot. Still got to get some more rubber to put on the siding, and we'll be ready to rock. But the main thing is we got this new tub, and I can't wait to use it. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. A lot of hard work, a lot of sweat. I want to thank Kevin, and I want to thank my wife for all the help doing all this and giving me the time to do it. And one of the things that I'll do, part of this is I'll show you how this works. I'll do it in one of the videos upcoming. I'll show you how this, it's actually a cornerless tub. I didn't mention that, but I should honor that. But this is a cornerless tub, and not all tubs are like this, but that means those Bison can't get in any corner. And just like it says, a cornerless tub. So when you push them around, they'll be able to go out two ways. We got a load out area and an area for the alley. So I'm going to show you how to do this in a later video, so you guys can see why it's so important to have a tub, and why we got it, and then how it's used. So we are so close to working the Bison, and you guys know it's always exciting whenever we do that. And this one will be a little bit different this year. So anyways, thank you guys for watching us. If you haven't, follow us along. Okay, so we're gonna give these heifers a run through. I think these 3 heifers will be able to run through here. They're yearling heifers. Only one of them's actually been through here before, the one we raised, little quapaw. But what I'm gonna do is go ahead and open these up, and we're just gonna do an actual run through here. Some webs. We're just gonna have it completely open and just run them through the whole thing. Not even stop, squeeze them or anything. I just want to see how the tub works to make sure it's good before we actually do the whole thing. So I'm gonna open all this up real quick. Hard to do that with a camera. So they can run right through there, and we'll put them right back to where they came from. So I think I'm just gonna run these 3 yearling heifers through there. They're pretty calm, and I think they should be relatively easy to run through. I could say that and it could go completely wrong. So we'll see. Let's give it a go. See how this tub works. Well, I got 2 of them to run through there, so that's kind of how the process works. Let me let these females out. Well, there you have it. That is how the tub works. It's kind of difficult when you're by yourself, I'll just tell you that. And most of you probably already know that. But just ran those 2 in there. Matter of fact, those 2 that ran through were the 2 that I've never been through there before. Little quapaw, she just didn't want to go through because the boss of this little group is in there with her, and I think she was trying to stay out of her way. So anyways, but sorry about the drone, guys. I thought I had it on tracking and thought I had it set correctly. After a couple of minutes, it decided to do its own thing and just go back home, which is where my truck is. So but that gives you an idea of how this works and operates. And with more people, it should go a lot better. You know, obviously hiding behind the gate when it's open, but just a couple of things I want you to notice on this. Let me go over some detail with you about this crowding tub. So anytime I want to release, or anytime that you push it, it's gonna go, and that's the last stop right there. Which I had one in the corner, but I had to let them back in the tub, you noticed, and then get them turned around and go back out. So if I want to release it like I did, you just push the gate in, pull this out, And now it stops again. If we want to come all the way back out, we're going to pull it. And now we'll open up the whole thing. So, how does this cornerless thing work? Notice there's a gap right in here. So here's our attachment, custom made, like I said again. But how this will go is push it, and here's how this cornerless part works. It gets smaller and smaller while this is locking every time it goes around. So now we want them to go down that lane. And so this is what's left. Obviously an empty space. You've got your brake put on right there. And now you've got Bison probably right here, hopefully facing this way. Another thing is if you want to load out. Got the trailer sitting over there. It's got a sliding gate. With Bison, it's very important to have sliding gates. It's much safer and a lot easier loading and unloading. So I'll pull right here, open up the sliding gate, and then this door will be sitting right here. I can't reach it right now, but this door opens, it hinges right here, it swings open. And then when you want to load them, the gate, you'll have the gate open, they'll run through, and they'll be able to go right through this area here into your trailer for loadout, because this gate will be blocking right here. So that is how it works. Works pretty good just by myself. So by myself, it's not the safest way to do it, but I really wanted to show you guys before we actually worked our Bison. That gives you an idea of how this works. It may be a little loud and whatnot, and the noises that you're hearing is a lot of the sheet metal. That looks like it's a 14 gauge sheet metal, maybe 16 gauge. But this is what keeps their vision down low and in between. Big Joe, he may be one of the ones that can see up a little bit higher, but he's not getting out of this. So that's kind of how this works. You can go buy some fancy ones, some really expensive ones that are made by some big manufacturing companies. But we had to get ours custom made just to fit this area that we already had. So I think one of the most challenging things of working them will be right here in our big alley. This is our big alley. This panel's got to come out. But in this alley, got to have a person right back there where I was, and then you got to have a person running them, and you got to be careful in this area right here, because it can get kind of dangerous and what I like to call a little hairy sometimes, being in here. But now I have to be careful because you have this rubber on the sidewalls here. You got to be able to get out in case, and you got to be able to step somewhere. Well, now there's rubber there, so we may have to cut some holes in the rubber just so in case there's an emergency, somebody needs to get out of this area, this big alley here, you can put your foot through and jump over if you need to. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but went pretty well. You got to see what the tub is supposed to do. But one of the things that I'm a little worried about is we need another gate right here is what we need. We need a gate where you can come right through here and actually shut them off. So that's kind of one of the only things I'm worried about a little bit, but hopefully it goes well. And what I'll say, always, hopefully it goes well. You never know when you work these animals how it's going to go. So one of the things I wanted to mention about this area, I've seen this at Addington Farm, at the Addington Buffalo Company out in Lubbock, West Texas. You can go back and watch that video. And in Holdenville, his herd, he's got 2 herds. You can go back and watch that video. But one thing that he did, and I loved it, and I thought it was awesome tool. But if you got a skid steer, you can take a skid steer and you can put a big panel on the front of it, basically, and almost just push those bison. This would be a perfect spot for it right here, would be to have that skid steer. You've got your cage on the front. Maybe that's what it's called, a cage. That sounds cooler. you put a cage on the front of it, and you just drive, and you keep the bison out in front of you, and you're in the cab nice and safe, and everybody's out of the way, and you just drive them up to where the tub is. And then from there, you basically stop, you shut the gate, and that takes one person doing that and one person driving. So it's really not a bad deal at all. I saw them do that out there, and I thought it was awesome. It was safe, and it was relatively easy, and you didn't have to get in the pen with the bison. That was the main part, which is nice, especially when you consider how your wife feels about you being in the pen while you're working bison. I get it. I get it. So I'm sure she supports me getting a skid steer, or needing a skid steer. So yes, we need a skid steer because we could do that right here. You can do that here. Of course, you can do so many things with a skid steer. So yes, I need to find a skid steer, and I think that would work great right here, especially. So if you guys know, I'm looking for a used skid steer. I'm just looking for a used skid steer. You got a farm, you just need something. That big green tractor that I always use, that's our neighbor's, Larry Muck. He's a great neighbor, and we use that big tractor to put out. We use Larry's tractor a lot. That little orange one that you saw me use in a couple previous videos, that is my cabins tractor that we use at our cabins at Rocky Point Cabins. But it's just not quite big enough to carry the load. It won't even, can't even put a hay spike on the front of that thing. So yes, I need a skid steer, and I'm looking for a used skid steer to try to get one before the end of the year. So if you guys know of any used skid steers for sale out there, not looking for any brand in particular, just looking for a good used skid steer. So you guys let me know what you think. Hey guys, well that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this entire process, chiseling the concrete away so we could get the tub set in the exact place we want it. Setting pipe, getting the gate in, all those things. And I mean, it's been a lot of work for sure. And thank you guys for being a part of this, because everything that we do, we try to keep the animals safe, and we try to keep the people safe that work them. And we just want things to go smoothly. And I think the tub will be a very big benefactor in this situation. And we'll see what other kind of changes we need to make. But like I said, I think we may have to put a gate here somewhere just to cut them off. So this is such a big alley. We got a box here, box there, and then into the tub. All right, guys. Hopefully everything is ready to rock. So stay tuned for the bison working of the fall 2021. Thank you, guys. Well, it's that time of year, and we are putting hay out now for them. It takes them about 2 weeks to put this bale away. You've got 9 adults and 6 calves out here to put this away. So Big Joe didn't even waste time playing with it and bashing it and breaking it up. He went straight to eating it. So you can tell that these guys are hungry and trying to get in, get some good food, get some good hay. This is good grass hay right from this property right here. So good prairie hay. But anyways, just putting out some hay and checking the herd. Okay, so you guys remember me talking about, I just cut off that big gate that Big Joe crushed last time we worked him and actually got him in the squeeze chute. So I cut that off with a torch and now I've got it right here. So here it is. I moved it out of the pen that I was just working on, our handling facility. I've just been welding, but I've got it right here. You can see it's not laying very straight. Well, flip this over and I've got the neighbor's tractor. It's the biggest tractor around. We've used this on a lot of stuff. Luckily, we have a really good neighbor, Larry Muck. But I've got this round bell on the front of it, so we've got a lot of weight on it. I'm gonna see if I can flatten this out a little bit. Should be interesting. We're gonna at least try it and see. Guys, I think it kind of worked. You see a little bit of bow in it right here in this area, but that's where it took a lot of the damage. But I think it honestly flattened it out quite a bit. Some of the bar is bent right here. I tried to flatten it out, but hey, we may be able to use this thing. That's a lot of metal right there, and that's expensive today. Metal is expensive, so hey, I think we'll use it. I'll take it. I mean, I put the money and time into that. I might as well use that sucker. And I think we got a really good spot for it. And yes, Big Joe, you did crush this thing in a couple of seconds. We're gonna use it basically back on you so that you'll go down the alley. And I think we got a perfect spot where we're gonna put it so Big Joe can't do his turns and whatnot. So we'll try it. So I'm back. Hey, I told you guys I had some work to do. I got a little bit left. But what I'm working on here is I am digging a hole, a post hole. Basically, I'm gonna set the square tubing down. Oh, it's starting to rain. I'm gonna set the square tubing down in here. We're gonna have it run right here next to this. You guys are probably like wondering, where am I? Okay, well here's the tub. Here's the cornerless part. The animals will come right down in here and they'll go through the tub. This is a loadout. So if we want to load them out, they'll go that way. They're going to come right through here and go right down this lane into the holding tanks into our squeeze chute. So I'm digging this. I'm going to set this pipe in the ground right here. run up next to it. We're gonna attach that gate that Big Joe destroyed and put right here. One thing I like about that gate is it's solid. So we're gonna attach it and it fits perfectly. It's 12 foot from here to here. So it's a straight run. And I've talked about this several times before, but before this tub was here, Big Joe, this is where he got caught, in this big spaced area. So we're gonna take this triangle out and cut it down a lot, and basically where they can only go straight now. This area here was an area that some of the animals would get caught in, but now that we've got this tub, they're gonna come through here, and this way we're gonna have this solid 12-foot gate here, and we're gonna hinge it off that post that I'm setting to here. And so we'll attach it here somehow, or we can shut it off. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So here's the inside of the tub where those animals come through. But I'm dealing with roots. Now this is where Kevin and I dug up and busted this concrete foundation here that was part of the old dairy barn. Kevin and I really got after it, and if it wasn't for this is a, I never told you what we finished it with, but this is a rock bar. This has done a lot of tough work for us and got us through a lot of situations, but it has a little pointy angle in there that you can use, and it's heavy. I'm not sure how heavy this is, but it will get you a workout for sure. The rock bar came through for us and broke all this up. Actually did all of this so that we could fit the tub right in this situation right here, because it is definitely a situation. So I've got the Sawzall cutting roots out to try to dig down in here so I can set this post. This is honestly kind of the last piece of the puzzle for this new tub situation, and we can get to run straight down this alley, lane, whatever you want to call it, and into the holding tanks, into the squeeze chute. So I'm going to dig this hole out and set this post, let it dry for several days before I hang a gate on it, because that gate will be very heavy. So that's what I'm doing. Little tall. To go right in there. I can't take any credit for this, but Kevin finally got this all welded up. I got it in here with the tractor, and I braced it up against this, put some strap on to the post that I set. Kevin welded the hinge to it right here. Put a brace so that when they push against it, this gate is heavy, it's solid, and now It's gonna be used to go down our lane. I'm down here in the pasture and I drove by the water and I really wanted to share this with you guys. Totally surprised me, absolutely surprised me. But first of all, let's take a look at how clean this is. And two, there may be a reason why it is so clean. Yes, summer is over. The heat has gone away pretty much, but there's the barley bag covered up by a rock. Yes, I know there's a bottom layer here that of some dirt, which is natural, which is going to happen with the bison and whatnot, but it is very clear, very clean water. And something in here I want you guys to look at is right there. Boom, looky here. The goldfish survived. Two. The goldfish survived. We've got 2 live and well goldfish in here. Now, when we got them, they weren't orange, but they are now because they've gotten a little bit bigger. So, if you guys don't remember, Marissa and I and Brooks came out here in maybe June or July. We did some water testing on these tanks to see what would work the best. And we put, I don't know, maybe 20 goldfish in here or something like that. And when I came down here to check it, I found a couple of dead ones in it just because it got so hot in the summer. But I mean, I had no idea that these guys survived. And so I'm pumped that they made it. So we've got 2 in there. And when we started off, they were like this big. I mean, a couple inches, maybe 2 inches at the most. And now they look like they're about as long as my hand. So they've definitely gotten bigger, and that is so cool. I just hope they survived the winter now. So another test, they survived the summer of southern Oklahoma heat. Now we'll see what they can go through in the winter. And our winters are typically not very crazy cold, but like last year we got the Arctic blast, and so it was kind of wild. We'll see how it goes. So I'm super excited that their goldfish have survived. We've got 2 live goldfish. Hey.
Hi.
What are you saying? No, you're good. I'm just gonna stand over there. Will you just watch my back? Hey guys, sorry. You're good. I'm fine. I'll just be right here, Marissa. Hey guys, can you see me okay? Here's our Uber. Hey everybody. Sorry, I'm just trying to... First time doing all this. So yes guys, we are live at Custer State Park. I don't know what part. We're on the south end of the park right now, but just thought this was a pretty place for you guys to see the bison. Let me get up here a little bit higher, get away from all the cars and stuff. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay, you guys take a look at that. This is beautiful, isn't it? Right? Here, take a look at all this. There's the family right there. Got the crew with me. Got Austin, Marissa, and Brooks is taking a nap. Oh, there's some horses way up there on top of the hill. You guys probably can't see that. Oh, guys, this is beautiful. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. Karen said you should have brought your trailer. Yeah, I know, right? That'd have been fun. Just load some up. And I don't know how well these guys would fit in with my group, but speaking of that, they do have a sale. There will be a sale in November. So they'll bring 1,300 bison in, and then they'll eventually, oh my gosh, there's some deer up here. Oh no, those are donkeys. Holy cow. Some donkeys out here, some wild burros or something is what they call them. Here comes some more horses. These are the horses that are going to be used in the actual roundup tomorrow. The horses will be used, and then I will be in a truck. So, kind of a lot going on right now, but anyways. Burros, okay, thank you. Sweetgrass and sage cedar, yes, thank you. They are burros. Hey everybody. If you've never been here before, I've never been here, but guys, this is beautiful. It's just absolutely amazing. I wish there wasn't so many people, but they're all here for the roundup, of course, like myself. So, okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about what we did. I don't want to be here too long. We're still traveling around. We're gonna go to actually Mount Rushmore here in just a second. Never been to any of this, so but quick story of everything. Today I got to go out and actually see the herd. I mean herds. There's 1,300. Sorry, yeah, there's 1,300 animals here, and so we went out as a media group and we got to go see the bison really up close, out in kind of a remote area, and got to see where we're gonna be on the trucks and stuff. Got to actually be on the truck and just kind of get a good feeling for that. And then anyways, with the family, we're gonna go roam around more of the park and just take it all in. So tomorrow's the roundup, of course. I've got to be here early in the morning and to get ready for that. And then it'll actually start about 9 o'clock is when it starts. So that'd be super exciting. And I won't be able to go live or anything, but whenever I get some time and I settle back down and get home and have some time, I'll put out the video of the roundup. I did get to go to Chad Kramer's. He's the vice president of the National Bison Association. He's also the herd manager of these bison, of the entire Custer State Park. Such a nice guy. He took me, Marissa, and Austin and Brooks out to his place, which is just on the east side of this place, Custer State Park. He's right, he butts up fences to him, and we got to go see his herd of like 140. Yeah, he's a super nice guy, and very thankful for Chad too. So, but here comes some horses right now. Chad is actually out here with them, showing them around, trying to get in the horses. Oh yeah, sorry, Austin scared me. Austin scared me a second. But they're trying to get these horses acclimated to the bison, because this is where all the drive will start. And so that's what these guys are out here for. I'm not sure how many bison, or I'm not sure how many horse riders there are, but there are supposedly going to be about 18 trucks. And I'm going to be in one of those trucks. I'm going to flip this around for you so you guys can see them come through here. Is Brooks waking up? Got a big bull out there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Never seen country like this before, and just very picturesque. And of course, I've seen the movie Dance with Wolves, one of my favorite movies, and I talk about it all the time. This is what I pictured it to be like, and it's beautiful. It's not Oklahoma, so just soak it all in. There is a lot of people everywhere. Obviously, this is like what you see at Yellowstone, all the crowds and whatnot, but do have to be careful, not get too close to them, but the bison are very calm. Even we went out there with them and hung out with them. Can't get as close as I want to, but hey, Ann, thank you, Ann, appreciate it. Wow, yes, wow, that's what I think too, Ann. So thank you for that super chat. It's just nice just to finally be here and be a part of this. So you guys will see, the roundup and whatnot. I'll bring it to you as soon as I can, but right now we're just roaming around the park, and we'll guys keep you updated on everything. Guys, thank you for watching, and thank you for being a part of this channel. This is bison country here. Nothing wrong with Oklahoma, but this is bison country right here. So try to read some of these comments real quick. Yep. Super jealous of a lot of you that are South Dakotans. Yeah. So, but anyways, we're having a good time. Brooks is woken up from her nap, so we're gonna head up to Mount Rushmore. Just want to check in with you guys, let you know everything's going great, and just soaking it all in. Give you a couple more looks before I head out. This place will be completely different tomorrow. Herds will be everywhere, running and gunning. Be a little more insane tomorrow. Yeah, this ain't even all of them. This is a big portion of them, but there's another whole half to them, like on the other side, probably a mile from here. There's another large herd of them. They're everywhere. But they do bring them in a lot closer. So they do kind of round them up, and they did that a couple weeks ago so they could get them closer for the actual roundup, the annual roundup. So they have to kind of go out into the park, depending on where the bison are grazing and roaming, and bring them in a bit closer. Then they hang out here for a while. Then they go through the roundup, work them and sort them out, and then they have the sale in November. So lots to learn here, but I love it up here and I'm enjoying it, learning a lot. So we're gonna keep going down the road and in this vacation with the family. So thank you guys for watching us live here at Custer State Park. Maybe God's country out here. Definitely buffalo country, bison country right here. Thank you guys.